There we go. Switch the camera. Okay, there. All right, so I'm going to choose us. It's always the pink one. I think I will use it because we are so used to it. Oh, I just started. Okay, so let me introduce what this constellation is about. So we are going to explore the dynamics around money for the whole group. So we have people in the group who would like to start their business, let go of their corporate job and start business that can produce money. We also have people who already have business. We also have people who have a good job and they would like to bring in more money, but not necessarily more work. And also we have people who would like to explore the fears around money and money, the fear about if there is enough money for the future. And also we would like to explore the cap, like what makes money be limited or have a cap, and what makes it unlimited or what opens it. And then, you know, we will include ancestors also, just to see if there's any kind of like expectation or any kind of entanglement that may be causing people sometimes make a lot of money and then something bad happens, or they make a lot of money and then they lose it because they feel like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have it and I don't deserve it, or I wasn't really gifted that from my ancestors. Like there's something hidden behind that. So those are all the things we would like to explore today. And also freedom to do what we love. So that doesn't necessarily mean, like, we want to stay open. It doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to be hard work or service, but being us, having our inner child really celebrate doing and contributing in a way that the inner child enjoys. So all that, let's see if I can put it all together. So I'm going to use a color, this one for us, it's all women today. So unless men start coming in, they will be pink. And so it's all about us. It's all about, well, you know, we are putting ourselves online, and we are the ones doing the work. So it's okay, it's all about us. So I'm putting us in the, and then I'm going to use money that is flowing in freely. There's like no cap, no limitation, in many possibilities opening. So I'm going to put that here. And it would be great if someone can take notes for me. So in case I go into trance and I forget who is it, then let me see. So that's the open possibilities. And then money cap, like what? Let's explore.
Dark blue.
What is a possible? Yes?
Dark blue.
Dark blue for a money cap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here we go. A money cap. So what makes money get capped and limited? And then let's put in our inner child, the one that wants to celebrate and bring out the gifts and just be themselves, be in joy, feeling free. Let's put them, actually feel it right here. So we'll just feel it goes. And then I would like to explore the fears around money. Like why so many fears about money?
Gray.
Which one? Gray?
Gray.
Gray. So I can use gray. So fears around money, like fear around that there won't be enough in the future, or I will get it and something bad will happen, or I will get it and I didn't deserve it, so I will lose it or spend it, or someone steals it from me. So all the fears connected to money. It's kind of funny that I cannot put it together until I start moving and using the felts. Like, it's just coming together now. And then ancestors, we would like to include them to see if they would like to bless us, or are they holding us back? Or is there anything that we need to know about them? So ancestors, which one?
Pure white.
White for ancestors. Okay. So ancestors are here. So ancestor asks, inner child cap, fears, unlimited money.
Fears and cap will be same or different?
No, they're different. Cap is the blue and fear is here. So I want to explore, like, what will cap the money, you know? I want to explore it, understand it, you know? And then we are aware of the fears, but I'm not sure if we know exactly what will, what will put a cap on income. I would like to explore that with open mind. And then, did we still want to put in freedom, or is it just enough to have the inner child there? Maybe freedom. Yeah, let's put in freedom, and let's put in freedom, and let's put in like when we kind of I don't want to say slavery, but when we surrender to, how could I call it?
Limiting beliefs.
Limiting beliefs. Okay, limitations and freedom. Let's have those two. Okay, so limitations could be dark green, maybe. Dark green. Limitation, and freedom will be light green. How about that?
Yeah, perfect.
So dark green, limitations, and light green is the freedom. So we want to go towards that. So it's more towards here. Okay then. Oh, I think this is a very good setup. Sorry, it takes me sometimes a while to put it all together. But I think this looks very good. How is everyone feeling about it? Does it look good for everyone?
Klara, I thought you could put like inner child maybe on the side and see when the inner child is drawn to, if you feel like they need lighter.
Put them where? Outside?
Outside of the circle.
Okay, and see like where
it's going to be drawn to. If it's going to be drawn to certain area.
Well, if I put it out, it's
it wants to go there. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I put it there. I didn't put it in like logically, like I put it just with the feeling. Like something happens to me, like as soon as I touch the felt, they start guiding me. So that's why it's kind of funny. Like when I try to figure it out and I'm not using the felts yet, then it's like all over, right? But once I touch them, then it becomes so clear and they guide me. So I don't know why it's here yet, but that's where it wants to be. So we'll see. Okay, thank you. Okay. So I will start, and obviously, like, we would like to move from limitations towards freedom. And we would like to learn in the process. Okay, so these are the limitations. So they go here, where the cap is. Oh, you know what? Is it, sorry, you know, I will mute you because then people don't see me on the recording. And if you need to unmute, just do, okay? Yeah, thank you. Oh, there is more noise. Who is that now? Sandhya.
Oh,
I will mute everyone so because otherwise the picture goes away. Very good. There we go. Where's my little tool? So this is us. And we want to go straight for the freedom. It's like, ta-da! Okay, it's done. Just kidding. So when I'm in this position, I don't see, I know there is a lot behind me. Wow, this is so interesting. So it feels like there's like all these little children behind me, like little toddlers, and like maybe the oldest are like 3-year-olds, like 2, 1. Yeah, 2, 1, oldest, even less than 3 years old. And it's just, I just need a moment of being free, you know, like where I don't have to be like dealing with toddlers. So I'm trying to ignore them for a moment so that I can be free. And hopefully nothing big happens, but I already know that they will probably spill the powders and break something and probably scratch themselves and or fall down, like make a mess. So I'm taking the freedom for myself for a moment, but man, I know when I go back, it's going to be disaster and it will be a lot of work. So there is no way, like I have to go back. Obviously they cannot take care of themselves, and I'm the mother, so it really feels like mother. So I don't know, you know, it's our mothers or who that is. Oh, it's so funny. Like, I just don't want to go back into taking care of those kids. It's so much work. It's like never ending, constant, like needing something or doing something for them or fixing what they destroyed. It's just like, Okay, so I'm going to turn around even though I do not want to. I don't want to go back. Oh my God. So, you know, placing the freedom outside. And so whoever is free, they're looking like inside the house, and there's all this going on, like little children just being themselves. And it's cute, but it causes a lot of work and distraction. And so it almost looks like this is a house and all of these people are inside, and this person is free because they are not inside, they are outside of the house. So I need to go back in because I'm the mom, I'm the most important that holds all this together. So I'm back. And I feel the fears now a little bit. So I'm underneath the inner child now. And the fears have to do with the ancestors. Oh no, this is limitations. Limitations. For a moment I thought it's ancestors. I think, yeah. I think because ancestors are there as well. So that's why. So they're all here together. So limitations, ancestors and fears are all together here. So this energy here gives me this anxiety in my chest. There's this constant anxiety. Not really knowing why, because I feel pretty safe inside here. So this really like translates now to a home, like I'm inside a home and it's outside, like that freedom is behind the window looking inside. So I feel safe here, but I have constant anxiety, and it's mostly about, as long as I am here, it's okay. But if I go outside, that's when I feel that I don't have enough, or it's going to be overwhelming, or that kind of stuff. Oh, now I feel all the income possibilities. Or the money coming in limitlessly. I feel it's out there too. Oh, so now I'm putting this on here, on the inner child. So this is now out here too. The cap is the safety. It's like the cap feels like the door that keeps me safe inside, but also it doesn't let me go outside. It feels like here I have the ground underneath my feet, and outside, like I may drop. It's like I fall off planet or something. Like there's no ground underneath my feet. So, I'm still speaking from the position of us. So here I am. So this feels right now as if all the children were calm, you know? Like, oh, they're all good right now. They're all eating, their mouth is full, you know, like no big disaster can happen. They are not asking for anything because they have enough food right now. So it's a moment to relax a little bit and to connect to this one, to my inner child. Like, what do you want? Well, this one just wants right now just to relax. I just want a bubble bath and massage and just do nothing. Maybe like watch TV or just relax. Like what would I give to not be called to serve someone for a moment? That would be like all I'm dreaming about. That's the very first dream. But then the second dream is like, okay, if I got enough rest, then, oh, I wish I was out there in the world, like doing some exciting things, you know, like traveling or you know, going to theater, or even like doing exciting things like being an actor, being a public figure, like someone famous. Trying new things, eating at different restaurants, yeah, even like getting a cool car. Like, that would be so much fun. But I now have to look at these first. The doors are really locked. Like the blue one is like, the door is locked. I'm not going anywhere from here. So only in my dreams. I'm going to look at them. Limitations. So these are limitations, like when your parent is old and sick, for example, or the children are too little, like they literally depend on you. And so it causes stuckness and almost like putting my life on wait, on hold, putting my life on hold. Another limitation is like having a house and you know, paying a mortgage. Like it keeps me in one place. Another limitation is that the kids have to go to school, and so one has to follow those rules. Like they have to go every day, so it's not like I can just take off. And then I'm thinking like, okay, so there could be like, there could be homeschooling. That kind of like moves me a little bit towards there, a little bit closer to the cap, not necessarily outside. So it gives me a little bit of feeling freedom. Okay, so homeschooling children. Now it's just one aspect of the limitation. So it would be a cap in some way, but it's closer to here. So homeschooling children could be a cap. It kind of feels like it could go both ways, here or here, which is like, this is unlimited money, right? And this is freedom. So actually with that, I'm thinking more towards freedom and unlimited resources. Something about homeschooling. I think it's something about homeschooling is like where one starts already creating your own rules, and also kind of liberating the children from the old ways of like waiting for 12 years at least, you know, until school is over, and staying home to take care of the parents. Like it's you know, it seems like it has to be that way, but it's definitely a limitation too. So so I wonder if there are like more creative ways where it doesn't feel so limiting and stuck. But definitely like the homeschooling is kind of like moving onto this position. So not here, it's already here, and so it can step outside, and it can take either this path, freedom, or which this path I kind of see like all kind of like volunteering possibilities and moving around, maybe not having very much, but having the freedom to do this one day and that one day, you know, and not having a house, but like living in different places, traveling, maybe living around the world. And then this one seems like, okay, money. Okay, how would the money work? This wouldn't involve so much moving around. This would involve to create, I don't know, like they seem different. So if I take this path of the unlimited income and resources, it really looks like I have to come out with something brilliant that just would work. It's not just magic, it's also coming up with some brilliant idea and focusing on it enough, also kind of like opening the limitations, or finding ways how to open it up to unlimited money coming in. But it feels like one would be more in one place. This thing feels like actually you don't care about the money, but you know that you can contribute wherever you go, and you just go to places where you can live and, you know, exchange maybe work for shelter and food, and maybe make a little bit everywhere. But it's not so focused on money here. It's more focused on the freedom and just going to explore different things at different times. Not necessarily having like one way of being, like, okay, now I am a carpenter, oh, now I'm a farmer, now I'm going to be selling something, now I'm going to be teaching something, now I'm going to whatever, help with some business. But it's like constant movement is not so stationed in one place. This here feels more like in one place and focused on one thing, not jumping around. So the traveling seems like the traveling going around, unless that's the one idea, wouldn't really serve if you want to create this. This here like requires focus and staying in one place with no distractions, more like looking for ways to undo whatever comes in the way, or, you know, kind of like open it up. So it goes deeper and also expands. It really feels like one brilliant idea and focus and staying in one spot, to kind of like create, kind of like open that path and then step into it. And now once I stepped into it, I'm able to let that, like now it's running and it's working. It's working on its own. So now I can relax, and now I can start like going around. So now I can have the freedom. So it was a little bit different path. So this is very interesting. So let me see. So the cap, as long as I was thinking like the thing like, okay, traditional school, taking care of the parents myself, that seemed like it keeps me home here, and I have no idea what's out there in the world. Like it keeps me focused on the limitations. It's not bad because I am receiving love, you know. I am receiving love in exchange from my parents and from my children, and I see they are happy, or, you know, I'm making them happy, I'm taking care of them. So it's not like terrible, but it keeps me limited to the four walls of my house. And then I come to so that's definitely like capped, right? So, and the cap like literally like seals the doorway. So I'm locked in here. But then I can explore from the door which way to go. So I could go, you know, like a wanderer kind of, and it gives me the freedom. Or I stay here for a while, and I focus, I stay in one spot, and I really focus, and I bring something brilliant. It needs to be something brilliant. It's not only like, oh, I just want to have fun. No, it has to be something brilliant. And so not brilliant in a way that I have to prove that I'm good or that I'm smart, or it's not about me, but it's brilliant for the world. And if I am able to connect to that brilliant idea and then stay with that long enough to open channels to it to go out, like it starts like the unlimited income is just starts producing itself, right? When that flow starts happening, then I'm able to step out there and it starts carrying me. And now I can go everywhere. And it's different like than this. This was kind of like exchanging services for shelter and work, like exchanging services and work for shelter and some food and some experiences and being with people and all that. It's beautiful freedom in my opinion. Like it's very grounded. It's being like with people. It's learning new things, but it also takes work. It's work. It's not like, oh, suddenly, you know, I just want to go somewhere else. Like I will have to work towards it. It's not as easy to go to the next and to the next. It's possible because I don't own anything and I don't need much. But this, like once this is built and it starts kind of like producing on its own, it feels like I can go anywhere first class, and I can, you know, enjoy luxury as well. It's easy for me to decide to be one moment here, another moment there. However, so it's relaxed, okay? It's relaxed, and in a way is also, there is difference. There's like very clear difference between this freedom and this freedom of luxury. So this freedom here, the luxury one, allows you to enjoy and relax and just go anywhere, buy anything, just just be relaxed. But there's something missing there, or something that is not there, and it's not necessarily bad, right? So when you are here, it's like you're grinding it as a human, and you're grinding with other humans, and you're really like getting to know them. You really feel like you're working hard, but like you're contributing in the best way you can. And there's like so much learning, so much growth with the struggle and with the constant change. Like you're learning all these different skills and these different cultures, how they do stuff. And it's just like, there's this like fulfillment in that. There is some, it's very grounded, like it's very physical. That's what I want to say. It's also like very physical. So it's like, it's the freedom in the 3D dimension, in the material dimension. It's nothing wrong with that. It's a 3-dimensional freedom, where you kind of like don't play the game of money and having to have a job and having to have a name and, you know, what, like a position or your function, what do they call the identity, right? Like how people can recognize you. They recognize you because you make shoes, or you're a doctor, or you're a lawyer, right? It's like, it's not but you're kind of, I don't know what I said actually. I was a little like trans out. So what it feels like, you find freedom if you don't buy into those identities. Like if they are not cemented, right? Like if you easily move, like, okay, I'm driving a tractor now, and then, oh, now I'm driving a Mercedes because I work for a financial company, and that's how you should look there, you know? So like you kind of like have no problem switching between the roles, and that is freedom. And there's also like amazing experience with the material world. It's very, very grounded. Okay, so now this one here is more in imagination. It's like, so here you're exploring different jobs and different countries, different cultures, different foods, right? Here is different because you're trying to connect to something brilliant. So this thing is not very grounded. It's more in the realm of imagination, dreaming, meditation, kind of like connecting to the field, to bringing in the brilliance. Like, what is the brilliance that I can bring in? It's not necessarily your brilliance, but you have to pay attention. And that's, I think, why you have to stay stationary, to kind of like wait to discover it. Like you need to stay calm and not distracted with all this, like what other people are doing. You need to stay calm and wait for the brilliant inspiration, brilliant idea. That's all I have to say. It could be an invention, it could be, it's not something that exists already. It needs to be something new, something that will expand, something that people will want, and so it will start creating the unlimited income. Some kind of invention, even a little one, you know. I bet the person who invented paperclip, you know, did probably very well. So any kind of brilliance, any kind of new discovery And it's not only that you discover it, like you need to stay enough with it and you need to bring it out too. So you have to get it out somehow to others, expand it. So it either starts producing income because you will be selling it, or maybe you will be talking about it and people will be paying you for that, or maybe you are going to be inspiring people with some idea like a speaker and you will be paid for your talk. Or you come up with an invention and it will start selling, or you will create some service or business or something and then it will just grow because people want it. There's something brilliant about that. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, and so the freedom then from this is like in relaxation. It's kind of like what she wanted at the beginning, just like bubble bath and massage and leave me alone. Like I can have whatever I want. Like if I want to play with others and have fun and adventure with others, I can. But if I just want to be by myself, I can get the best massage ever with the best bubble bath ever. So it's a different level. Like this one is a little bit more like in this more kind of like meditative trancy state, and this one is more like grinding, more material. So I would say that this one is more like 5D realm, the fifth dimensional realm of like magnetizing attraction and, you know, just working with your higher self and the bodhisattva self. And so it's a little bit removed from the real or the 3D, the material world. Yeah, this feels a little bit like high, like either on meditation or I think drugs wouldn't bring the income in, but it's like a little bit like high. So I guess that's the meditation. Very like the meditation puts you into that state where you can access brilliant ideas. So, you know, like when you heard about Tesla or Einstein, like they would meditate, and they would like literally bring the ideas from the field, right? So some people say like it wasn't really their ideas. And also like when inventors come up with something new, you know, if they don't patent it, there is always danger that someone in a different part of the world comes up with the same idea. And I think it's because of that, because they're connecting to the same like field of information, just like we are doing here right now. I actually have a friend like that from Czech Republic. He's an inventor, and he tells me he gets all his inventions from through meditation. So he really got it, you know. And now he's working with spaceship program at Stanford. So I think that's the realm. So it feels a little bit like drugged out because it's like like a little transit, just like what I'm doing now in the constellation. So little tranced out. Okay, so those two. Okay, so I'm like leaving those behind, just exploring this. So let me see. So this is us. They kind of feel like they can step over there on the green. That's the realm of freedom through work, a lot of work, more work. Limitations. ancestors, inner child, fear, maybe yes, yeah, fear. So I have us, limitations, ancestors, inner child, and this is the fears. So when I hold all of these, I just want to stay, you know, between the four walls inside the house. Inner child. Inner child with limitations. Oh my goodness. Inner child with limitations. Which the limitations, remember, was like waiting for the kids to grow and for the school to be over, for the parents to pass away, like taking care of them. This will take us outside to this realm, this kind of freedom. And literally, like, I don't have access to that. That's just like, I don't even know it's possible. Like, how do those people do it? So I came out, now I go back inside the house. So now this one, this one is like the mother that welcomes the child back. Okay, it went out for a little bit and it comes back. It tried like different things. So what happens? I don't know why I'm putting this behind me. Limitations. Oh, I'm kind of like putting it in the position of a father. And so I'm looking at the freedom now. I'm connecting with the freedom. So I'm embracing the freedom as if that was my child now. It's like my more mature child now. Okay. So it's like my inner child went out and tried those things. Now it's coming back with some experience from outside, and I'm embracing them. So it's not a little child, it's a little bigger now, like 20s, or yeah, like 20s. I'm like, okay, you got some experience, you tried things out, you experienced different places, countries, just different jobs and foods. Oh. So now I'm like, okay, go out again, but now I'm putting the cap on top. Oh, okay. How does that work? So I put them in the doorway, but I put the cap on top. So we have the ancestors, we have the limitations, and we have the fear. So it feels like ancestors, and now father creates the limitations, limiting beliefs, and mother creates the fears. So that's the home basis, the foundation of a home. So here are the ancestors supporting the fathers that create the limitations or limiting beliefs, and supporting the mothers that have the fears. And we stay inside the four walls. And we are like, oh yeah, absolutely, go out. But then, boom, like I'm putting a cap. I don't know what a cap is. Let me see. Like, go out. It's something like, yeah, sure, go out, you know, but I think the blue one is like, but. It's like, but, wait a moment, let me tell you something. This is what I know, right? Boom. Or, you know, let me tell you something. I heard about someone who did it before and they did blah, blah, blah. So then I put this one on. And then like, yeah, sure, go. So I come outside and I start looking inside through the window, but also from further. Like I can see through the window, you know, the little picture of the family sitting there and speaking, and the TV is running in the background, and they're eating in the kitchen, and they're safe, you know, behind a closed door. And I'm just watching them. And so this is the first time I feel sad in this constellation. It feels so safe over there. It feels warm. I'm taken care of. It feels safe. Here I am not protected. And it requires trust. But these are not my people. Those are my people. I know them very well. I love them also. And now that we are older, you know, like it's not that stressful. Like I don't see those little children running around anymore. So I think that I could rest there, and I don't have to go through the stress of trying to survive with these people. Like eventually, like you get tired, right? Like I don't want to work so hard. I just want to go back now and rest. I know I would be taken care of there. And even those little gestures, you know, if mom cooks for me once in a while, like that's already like, oh, wow, I didn't have to do it. Now I would appreciate it now when I look at that. And even like listening to the stories, you know, even the limiting beliefs from my dad, I would appreciate it now. Like I would listen with more patience and more openness. So then I go back to the cap myself. And when I'm here, I don't really want to go back there. But also thinking about this, like it's a lot of work. And then thinking about that, it's just like, who even has time? Like, I'm so tired. I cannot even put myself into that state, like being in a trance. I'm tired. I have to now focus on this. So now I can put them together. Okay, so in a way, like when I align them in this way, where the hard work is guiding me to the unlimited resources, then it feels a little bit more open. It's like, okay, it's not forever. And okay, I see I can be creative, but not in the way where I do this and then that and then that. Yeah, that may have been freedom at first when I was learning different things, but at this age, not anymore. That's not freedom anymore. But when I see the unlimited resource, I'm like willing to stay here. So between parents and between stepping out. And so now, I see that I have to do some 3D work, some material work but it's kind of like to build some kind of structure for that to flow, or to make sure that it has systems or it has a way to flow, like, I don't know, like it has some kind of pathways or like opening those channels. That's the hard work, is to open the channels, but also to somehow, so it's not opening channels just here, like they need to be somehow grounded into 3D material systems. So which like is some way of getting paid. Like I think similar what I was saying before, okay, I will be a speaker, I will be making money by inspiring people with that brilliant idea, but there is, you know, paychecks. So those are the channels. There is a system, like have PayPal set up or donation buttons set up or income set up or, you know, a franchise, whatever income, like something like that. Like it's explore some 3D material things to ground the income stream, or to make it possible, like open the channels to money, right? And it doesn't have to be just one, but so let me see. So it's somehow like listening to this one, and it's more like, what are you not willing to do anymore? That comes first, like what are you not willing to do anymore? And I'm just going to listen, like, okay, it's not willing to work hard anymore. Okay, so what are the systems where you could work less? And just know about those systems first, okay? So that's the freedom over here. It kind of feels like right now because I'm focused on these systems and not connecting so well to the golden one. So it's almost like this is in the way. So I think that I need to step on that first and have that like probably like try it out first, and then maybe you need to adjust it or something, like start doing it first, start with whatever and go there. But like know about the possibilities, know about all the possibilities of income and bringing in money, also growing money, like know about them, but then you have to also try them out. You don't have to try all of them, but you have to try something, and then from there you will know now which way to focus. So you may make some mistakes here, like it's again like similar like the freedom over there, trying different things. Now it's instead of like going from country and job to job, like discover now that you know what your inner child wants first, like discover what are the systems, different systems. Now you know the different systems, and you're like, okay, it's still like overwhelming, like eventually you will get tired. It could be a lot of work, but then you can, now that you know them, know what exists, now you can decide, okay, I think from all of that, all of those lifestyles, I would like this one the best, right? And so you calm down and you just wait for the brilliant idea to come, and you just plug it in. So you just wait for the brilliant idea, you calm down, you just go quiet. So see, like we are creating from the possibilities that exist out there, not those things that we were told, not the limitations and the fears. We are more like, this is like you did your research, all the kind of different money possibilities, and then from here now I'm like I'm calm and I'm waiting, and I'm just waiting now for the brilliant idea to come, and so I can plug it into just one system. Okay. So from here now I feel, okay, I can move everywhere freely. I am also more connected to people. There's still like, I plugged in the 3D. so it's kind of integrated. I know how to do 3D in an effective way when it really like goes somewhere and expands. So it's not anymore like just trying different things. I know how to manage 3D now, how to create new things, what it takes. And that gives me now freedom to go everywhere with that. So I could go anywhere because I have this knowledge. I can create a new business anywhere. Even if my business, doesn't work because times change or whatever, I can create a new one because I know how to manage this now. And I just wait for a new brilliant idea and I plug it in. So I feel free. And then I also actually should have taken this one because I'm representing the pink one, us. So I'm standing on that. But I also see now my parents and the ancestors. I see like the fears, that my mom was carrying. I see, the beliefs my dad was so convinced about. And I see it now with more understanding and compassion. And I'm like, yeah, from what they tried out, from their experiences, that makes total sense. And I like that they have that kind of like home there going on, which I can either like remember, at least like have a fond memory of that, even if they fought or whatever, but that fond memory of home is nice to have, without judgment, without expecting them to be something they are not, or also blaming them like, oh, you gave me all these limitations. I think that what it took to get here was get some experience, explore different possibilities and systems, and then find a brilliant idea and plug it in, and it will start producing unlimited income. I think that's it. Oh, I'm turning that way again, just how I was before. Oh yeah, the big part was also like asking the inner child, like, what do you don't want anymore? That's kind of like different than what we were asking before. So like first be clear, like what you don't want anymore. And then see like, okay, how would you like it to be instead? But the child needs also some training, like it needs opening eyes, like, oh, have you, like, this is how this person made their money, you know, this is how that person made money, and this is what exists, that is what exists, you know, this kind of income. Which one feels most aligned with you? Which one would you like to try? But without knowing all those different kinds would make me be stagnant, like not knowing what actions to take. And even if I take actions and they don't work out like right away, you know, I'm gaining this experience and like, okay, that's not it, like that one drains me, or it's stressful, I don't like it. Or like this one, okay, it's hard, but once I know it, it will flow, you know. So it's like that. Yeah, I think that's it. So I would like to complete it here for now. And see what you got. Okay, anyone would like to speak up? Unmute yourself and just go ahead.
I wanted to, this is Joanne, and I wanted to comment when you were saying capstone or cap. I kept hearing the word capstone. You know, capstone is what they put on the top of a house or on the Egyptian pyramids, and it like caps it, you know? And I kept seeing that as you put that blue on the house, it's a capstone. It holds that energy right where it's at.
Yeah.
Like you can't go any further. This is it. This is a boundary. And so I heard that, and I also had a reckoning with ancestors, and the father has all of the limiting beliefs, and the mother has a fear, because they're basically just doing what they've been told and what they learned, and they never stuck their neck out. They didn't leave that house. They stayed there.
Well, they did, but you know,
not much.
But they just got their experience, you know, then they go back home.
Limited. It was limited experience. Yeah. So, okay. Thank you, honey.
They were also like held by the ancestors, you know, they were kind of like
tribe. It's a tribe. It's a tribal thing. Yeah. And you know, if you choose to leave home and leave all of them, then you're on your own. You know, you're on your own.
Yeah. And that was the sad thing. Like you have to take that leap, and it's sad.
Yes. And you
like,
break.
Yeah, and it's also like that's the moment when you start really appreciating them too.
Yeah, it's a come here, go away. It's very interesting, yes.
Yeah, but at the same time, like you don't really want to go back, you know, because it will be the trapped feeling again. But then you appreciate those moments, like, oh, someone else cooked, you know, and put the dishes away, you know. Like, so nice.
Yeah, that is all true. Thank you, dear.
Anyone else would like to comment?
Yeah, this is Markia.
Yes.
A couple things actually that came through was thank you, by the way, for that. There were a lot of things shifting. I was yawning the whole time. Like everything that you were going through or going kind of with the constellation was true. But one realization was it's like, you know, we are unlimited, and every single like limitation or fear or the cap or anything is based on some experience from the past, and that's all it is. And it's like, you know, just having the awareness or the recognition that it's an old story, I think is helpful for also kind of breaking through with the caps and the ceilings, or thinking that something, you know, is bad is going to happen, or losing it. It's like, you know, just for me anyway, having that recognition that it's all, you know, a story we picked up from somewhere, you know, from when we were born, is like,
Yeah, we heard it before.
Yeah.
Yes, but one thing I wasn't so clear, did you get maybe, because like I felt first that I had a choice to like go the way, like exploring different parts, like the green one, right? Or to go straight to the unlimited, you know? So I think, I don't know, like, because then at the end I had to do both, kind of like I had to do green first and then do the golden one. So it's maybe like if we miss out if we don't go like right away, because we want to try out the things outside in the world, right? And that is too like, you know, like I was saying, referring to like drugged, you know, like kind of like disconnected, kind of like in the clouds, you know. But I think that that was like a direct way to do it right away. But like once we come back home because we failed or whatever, I don't know. Like then there's like the second one is like you have to learn the systems, and now you know all the possibilities, and now you wait for the brilliant idea. It was strange.
Yeah, it was that part. I felt like it was like, because we as humans, we just want experience. It's like almost, you know, going the direct route to the unlimited. It's like, well, that's no fun. Even though, you know, at the time it might not feel like fun, but it's like, that's what we come here for, is to try out these new things and to have like.
Yeah, it felt like I would miss out on all those, like the grind, like there were some fun in that 3D, like hard, like figuring out the material, and, you know, struggle with others and seeing like, how did they do it, you know? It was interesting. Yeah, okay, great. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, someone else would like to comment what you got?
Well, I was thinking that it's more important to go for the gold. Like I kept waiting for you to just go for that gold. I was like, I don't want to wait. I want it right now. Like, I think I'm at a point where I'm too passionate about what it is I want, and I want it so easy that it has to be, like, everybody keeps telling me it has to be hard, and I'm like, it can't be that hard. I'm here to find out the way that it's going to work the easiest for me. Like, everybody keeps saying it has to be hard, and I'm like, no, God doesn't want it to be hard.
Yes.
All that is saying you can have it whenever you want it. I mean, that's why there are fairies.
Yes.
You manifest right away. Like, there is that possibility.
Yes, but see, there
just going for it.
At the same time, there would be separation from others and being like kind of like outside.
But you know what? I'm a loner. I'm already separated. I'm already separated from others. I've had the experience of what it's like to be at home, and home was not all that fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, I lost my inner child. That's where the inner child was suppressed, and it couldn't feel, and it couldn't, you know, it was hit, and it was told that it was bad. Like, why would I want that? Why would I want to go back home and have that?
Remember, it kind of like interestingly started with the drained, tired mom. And probably she was communicating like, okay, you guys suck.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think that was my mom. I think, she didn't have a mom. So for her, she was forced to work when she came here to America. My dad was like, we need another income. I can't just do this on my own. And she had just had like my youngest brother, and she didn't want to leave him, but my grandmother was here, so she raised my youngest brother. But my mom was desperate. She didn't want to go to work, so she was tired. She was drained. And, why was she going to be happy? Like, I think she was happiest when she finally retired, and she was allowed to retire when she was 59, because she was just like, she told my dad, I can't do this anymore. They're all done with school. I'm retiring. And she retired at 59, and he couldn't tell her any different. She was just like, this is my time. I'm in, I get this now that I get to retire. And then, it's just, I see her wanting for me everything that she didn't have, and she wants it easy for me, just because I don't know what it is, but there's something in me, because every person that I've talked to who's on this healing path, or even healers that I've talked to, have said it's the hard way. And I'm like, it can't be always the hard way. I mean, there are some of us here in this world who are supposed to show people the easiest way to get to that point.
Yeah.
And yes, if you can't take being a loner, then I get it. But you know what? I've had to stand up for myself. I've had to be the loner. I've had to be the one who's always saying the wrong thing and being told that I'm wrong, and being away from society, because I like to think outside the box. I like to think those crazy things.
Yeah.
And then I want to just have it.
Yeah.
I don't care how anybody else is having it.
You want. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I deserve it now. Yeah. I deserve it. Everybody's been pointing at me and telling me, no, I can't have it. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. It's like someone saying 99 poo-poo on you. And I'm like, how 7-year-old is that? Yeah. It's like, why can't I, at this age of 52, just be like, yeah, I want it all, damn it, and give it to me, and give it to me now. And I don't care, because I'm not hurting anybody else. Yeah. Right? It's mine. I should have it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm at a point where I just want it. Yeah. So badly. Yeah. And I know that if I don't find anybody to share it with, well, that's fine. I'll share it with my family. I'll give it to them. They don't have to work for it. Like, if I have it, it's anybody's who I love, so it can be a best friend who I love, and I'll donate to their cause. I'll donate to them. I'll donate to their kids, because I love them. Right? So the overflow is always going to go to somebody who I care about, who I love. But that doesn't mean they have to love me back, because, people say they love you, but they never really mean it. Yeah. So it's kind of, who do you believe? What do you believe? And are we all in fact just loners anyway? Yeah. Yes, maybe. So I'm sorry. I'm so passionate, but really, I want it easy.
See the simple thing was really like, stop and wait for the brilliant idea. If you can do that and like totally like tune out all the other noise and how everyone else does it, just wait for the brilliant idea. It's absolutely possible. That was the very first, when I took. Yeah.
And that's the thing, is that I think I tuned out after that, because I was just like, that's what I want. I want the easiest pathway there.
Yeah.
And then when you were going through all those different things, and I was like, I was hearing you, but I was like, no, that's not what I want. No.
Good. Well, that's really good, because remember, I was also saying that it was important. Like, usually we ask the inner child, like, what are you dreaming? This was like the first time that I was like, what do you don't want anymore?
Yeah. And I don't want my job anymore, so I'm just like, dump it and let's just do this and sound healing. But it's like,
but remember, it has to be brilliant.
Yeah.
So it can be sound healing, but there has to be brilliance in it, like something brilliant. So that inspiration will come from meditation and not having any expectations and distractions.
And that's what's actually been coming in for a long time now, is that people everywhere I've been have been telling me I need to meditate more. I went to an intuitive last night, and she's an animal healer, and she also is a medium. And I asked for an angel channeling, and what she gave to me was that I'm doing things from the mind, and I need to do things from meditation.
Yes. So the guy I was telling you, the inventor, like, he's very disciplined about his meditation and Tai Chi and vegan food. And so he's like a loner, but he's coming up with amazing inventions, and he doesn't care, like what other people think or whatever. He designed his car. He's like, okay, so for now I don't have much income because I need to meditate. So he fixed his car so he can live in it. It has everything he needs. It has electricity, it has a refrigerator, it has closet, and with that he can move everywhere. He can cook in there, everything he needs. And then he was like, "Yeah, I want to work with Stanford." And that came from the meditation too. He knew, like, he needs to get out of the Czech Republic, and he found his way, and he's connected. He's doing it.
Well, that's the other thing, is that I got, through meditation, I finally realized that I'm supposed to work with a friend of mine to do a study on endometriosis and how sound healing affects, is able to actually assist in after surgery care and pre-surgery care. So there are a lot of hits, but it's like, everything has to come from making some sort of money first.
Yes.
It's like, and I have the connections with the foundation and with the doctor, and I can get access to patients who have had 18 surgeries. And I can do like different ages and different numbers of surgeries that people have had. So we can actually have really good information for all different ages and all different situations for women with endometriosis. And I just need money to be able to do it.
Okay. So open up to that, and so that's the way to go. That's what you want to do. You want to go towards that research.
Yeah.
And, now you're opening to the money for that.
Yeah, but I'd like to also have money for my debt and money to pay off like everything, so I don't have to worry about that while I do the research. Like it's not just money for the research, but it's money for me so I can be independent to do that research and not do anything else, besides the sound healing. So it's like being involved in everything that I want to do that has to do with sound healing.
Remember, fears will come from mom, limitations will come from that.
Yes.
So when you can, cut those cords to those, it will start getting easier. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing the cutting cords. I've been doing so much.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like, the lessons too, so that you realize which of yours limitations came from, so it's not just unconsciously, but also figuring it out consciously, like connecting it to the conscious, so that you can be really free. Yeah. So that's where the ancestral works really comes in, you know, to remove mom and dad's limitations out of our like what we are creating from. Remember, I was saying, I think before, like when we complete all those like ancestral limitations, then we can start creating from zero instead of trying to compensate, you know, and go like, but remember, like every time we say but.
I stopped saying but a long time ago. That 3-letter word is no longer my vocabulary.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I tried to erase that a long time ago.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, someone wrote something.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Yes, Joanne just said, you know, you can get a grant for the research to bring in the money. There are many possibilities. So this is where I said, like, it's good to know all kind of possibilities sometimes to open up more, you know, because sometimes we have this idea like, oh, but I don't have the money, you know. So the money can come if we open up to it. So yeah, definitely. Yes. Thank you, Jen. All right, anyone else? Janice?
Yeah, I want to share that I felt when you're presented with the 2 pathways. So the green freedom pathway, I felt it's what I've been doing before. So it made total sense that later you combine the 2, and then it was, you know, you had to go through the green first, where you tried a bit of everything and it had that really tangible physical experience, and then you say, okay, I'm going to stay in one place, and then I'm going to come into myself, and then just receive that brilliant idea or tap into that. And it was interesting when that golden pathway first appeared, I got really sleepy, and then whenever you went back to that, I got really sleepy. So I was like, okay, there's something to be worked through.
Yes, it's like sometimes maybe we're not ready to take it easy, you know? It's like, oh, it's too transy. Oh, luxury, it's too transy. Like, oh, I don't know. I was saying, like, it feels like drugged. Because it's the higher vibration, you know, when you are in meditation and trance is the higher meditation. Like, those people sometimes look like they're druggies. Yeah. They laugh at everything. Everything is easy, you know. So it's just like, who are they? And so until you take it until you do it the hard way, you know, you don't really want to step into that because they're the weirdos. Like,
yeah. So also maybe some resistance, like, to that for now.
Yeah, because they're disconnected too. So it kind of like feels like, wow, like they're just living their nice life. They don't grind with the others. There is a little bit of maybe envy too, you know. But there was maybe not envy. It was almost like too good to be true, or it doesn't. I don't know who can do that. Like maybe it's not true, you know. It's like, who does that? So there was disbelief.
Right.
There was disbelief. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share? Olenka, did you want to share?
Of course, I wanted to read my mind. So, I mean, thank you so much for doing it, because like, if we just imagine, not only you took all of us there, but all the collective of all of us, yes? And everyone else who had intention to be there, and to be able to tap into all the possibilities for all of us, yes? Mm-hmm. Because we may still choose differently, yes? But you were all of us, yes?
Yeah.
So that's why you went one direction, then the other. So
exactly. You choose.
One of us can feel, I really want to get there directly. If you did not go the other way, maybe this person would not have such a strong feeling that they really want to go directly, yes?
Yeah.
The other option. So I think it was very opening for all of us. So wonderful. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. Oh, let's see. Who didn't speak? Sharon, did you want to say something?
I was just getting ready to unmute myself.
Oh, cool.
I found that I really related to early in the constellation when you spoke about the inner child, and she said, I just want to rest for a while and then I'll do some exciting things. And I thought, wow, that makes sense to me because I am retired, and I found myself recently thinking, gee, like I'm kind of, I feel like I've, anything that comes up or that I read of other people doing, I think I've done that, like I have that been there, done that thing. And, and yet I feel at times like I don't have, I don't have the inspiration or the motivation that I used to have. And so I found myself, when you mentioned the inner child thing, I thought I'm going to sit with that for a while and think of that may be influential in my life at the moment. That possibly it's my inner child thinking, I'll just have a little rest here.
Yeah. Yeah. And then make sure you ask what you don't want to create anymore, what you don't want anymore.
Right, right.
Make sure you don't go, on default. Yeah.
Right. So thank you for that. And thank you for the whole presentation. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it was collective effort.
Yes.
Remember, it took us a while to bring it all together. But it's so beautiful. The right people come together and they bring like these similar energies, and it's such a beautiful creation each time. Well, thank you for your participation.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay. Mehar, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, it was interesting. I lost my connection in the middle. I don't know. Yeah, I did. It just went off.
All
So
right.
I know why, because I felt like she's not picking what I want. But now what Sharon said makes sense. I had to retire in 55 after my stroke. And oh my God, it is beautiful, really. Right now, after my session with you and Shamiz, I'm like, I just want to float. I just want to enjoy.
Okay, great. So you are ready for the yellow. You don't need to do the hard grind anymore.
Yeah. But right now, it was very, very, very comforting. Thank you. Thank you very much. It felt like I was struggling since I was 5, and and right now I gave it all to everybody. Talk about family, in-laws, daughters, son-in-law, friends. My time now,
Good.
Even if I sleep in the afternoon before I had to worry because my mother-in-law would get upset or blah, blah. Now I don't have to. I'm going to sleep in the afternoon now.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're the one that had to wait until everything was done. The school was done, taking care of the parents was done. Yeah. And so now is your time. That's great.
Yeah. But my heart goes out to Sandhya. I just want to say that, I don't know if people over here know, Sandhya has helped so many souls. I was on Iram for a long, long time with her, and I would see if somebody would cry and ask, Sandhya would give them gift.
Wow.
And I think she's going to get back for that. If only she focuses on the sound. They are so amazing.
Yes.
And if she shuts everything else, literally push like you showed me.
The idea will come.
Yeah. You know how you showed me the wall thing? I do that, and it's so powerful. Every time my husband says something or anything, I just go and it is so powerful. I wish you would help that with Sandhya, and big hug to her and all of you.
Yeah, well, we are going to have the private sessions.
Yeah.
Those are powerful when we go into the personal stuff.
Yes. But
you're going, Sandhya, so it really sounds like you're ready.
Thank you so much. It was amazing. Thank you. I kept telling Sari, thank you, Sari, and she said, say to Carla, but you invited me. I wanted her to.
So I would like to thank Sari for because she helps with the technology. She's like, Clara,
Yeah.
I cannot find when is the call.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, I don't know how to do it. So I really
Yeah.
appreciate her.
Yeah.
So we found
Yeah.
out how we can send reminders. So if
Yeah.
you're interested, then you can just join the event, and then it will send you reminders, because everyone is different, is in different time zones. So it makes it easier for everyone to know the time.
Yeah. So I'm waiting for the perfume from Joanne so I can be a superwoman.
Oh, the one that
yes.
No limitations.
Yes.
No limitations.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Month, right?
I love the rose and sandalwood. I'm like, those are my favorite. Right? Can't wait.
I know. I was like,
yeah.
I'm not buying this month. And then like she was doing the channeling with all the energy, and then all the essences that were coming in. I was like,
yeah,
I'm getting 6. I'm getting for everyone.
yes.
Yeah, it's really awesome. Because like, yes, no limitation. So everyone should know. So actually that's interesting. So it was our intention for this session to explore no limitation.
Yeah.
And also that was the intention of the perfume from Jan for this month, which is living with no limitations.
Yeah.
So if anyone sees this recording, her website is Joanne Bassett. It's JOANNE
T. Yeah, T.
Then BASSETT.
Powerful. Yeah.
So JOANNE, B like in Bob, ASSETT.
Yeah.
JoanneBassett.com.
Yeah. You guys are going to laugh.
Yeah,
I took the money out from my cat's food. I give separate money for the cat.
And you got the perfume instead.
Yeah.
Good job. Yes, that's the inner child. You're so good taking care of yourself.
I said, I have some ground beef. I'm going to cook it and give them that food, but I'm going to get that perfume, man.
Smart choice, yes.
Yeah, very happy. Thank you so much. Thank everybody here. We got a big, beautiful souls, that connected.
You, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah. You too. You too.
I'm looking
Bye.
forward to what we are creating.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night, good morning, good day, wherever you are.
Thank you, Sandhya. Thank you, Joanne, and everybody else too. Bye.
Thank you, dear.